Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the North Dakota State Bison, brought to you by LaCourse Law. Leading off, it is Jake Schaffner. For the third time this series, he bats first and plays shortstop. Dante Smith batting second, playing right field, and Colton Becker, the left fielder, he bats third. Davis Hamilton in the cleanup spot. He plays third base and batting fourth. Sam Canton bats fifth, plays center. Kyle Law, the DH, bats sixth. Evan Gustafson, he's catching and bats seventh. Good to see him back in the lineup after he took a foul ball to the neck yesterday. Had to leave the game early. Alex Erlob in the 8th spot plays first base, and Tommy Simon plays second base and bats ninth. Starting pitcher for the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles is the right-hander, Jack Hill. First pitch of the ball game is in, and we are underway at 1:05 p.m. It is sunny and 53 degrees here in Tulsa. Another great day for baseball here at Chapman Park. A little bit breezy, but nowhere near as breezy as it was earlier in the weekend, and that's why we had to cancel on Friday. There's a bunt that gets laid down, but it's foul. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike to Schaffner. Batting .368 this year, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, a first-team Summit Leaguer last year. He's kind of the captain of this team and leads the way for the starting 9 out of that leadoff spot. He's started in the leadoff spot every game this season. 1-1 upstairs. Well, Hill comes into the ball game with a 2-0 record and a .292 ERA and 12 1/3 innings of work. He's given up 11 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks and 12 strikeouts. His 2-1 smacked foul evens up the count at 2 apiece. Last time out for Hill came against Southern Indiana on March 9th, which was last Sunday. He went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. It's his second longest outing of the season. A longer pause this time from Hill as he gets ready for the 2-2. And that's a liner into right field and a leadoff base hit for Schaffner. And a good start here for the Bison in the top of the first inning. You go back to yesterday, top of the first inning in game 1, treated the guys from Fargo quite well. They scored 4 times in the opening frame. And that really kind of set the tone for that entire first game. Oral Roberts was down 9-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. They would cut the lead all the way down to 1. Scored 8 unanswered, but fell a run short in that opening game. And then Logan Knight for the Bison threw a complete game shutout in game 2. He was magnificent. First pitch, and Dante Smith lays down a bunt, but it's foul. We saw this a lot for the Bison yesterday as well, especially in game 1. A lot of bunting. Smith got on with a bunt single in the first inning in game 1 yesterday. Schaffner laid down a sacrifice bunt. Tommy Simon laid down a sacrifice bunt. And Alex Erlob actually drove in a run on a bunt single. So a lot of small ball for the Bison in game 1 yesterday, and they look to play a little bit more of that here in the series finale. We saw Schaffner try and lay down a couple of bunts. He was unsuccessful, and Smith now trying to get one down. First attempt was in foul territory. Runner takes off, 0-1. That one skips in and it hits Smith, so it doesn't matter. So the first 2 Bison are on against Jack Hill. And that brings up Colton Becker. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Well, something that this coaching staff talked about after yesterday's doubleheader sweep was they got to get off to better starts. And that's not just a yesterday thing. That's a whole season thing. We talked about at length the ability that this ORU team has to come back from large deficits, and they have time and time again. They nearly did it yesterday after trailing 9-0. Both runners take a large secondary lead. That one lined out of the right field line, but into foul ground. But I mentioned it, if you listen to the broadcast yesterday, it's not really a sustainable way to keep winning ball games, right? Here comes Wes Davis for an early meeting, and there may be a equipment malfunction or something here with Hill. I think he may have something with his pitch comm device. I think Wes Davis just gave him a new one. But when you get into the nitty-gritty of the schedule, and again, it does not get any easier after today. You got 2 with Arkansas looming. You've got Oklahoma looming. You've got Oklahoma State on the schedule. You've got Cincinnati on the schedule. You've got BYU on the schedule. I mean, these are some heavy hitters that are going to come through here in Chapman Park. And also, you got to go on the road and play some of these guys as well. Playing from behind, always not ideal. 0-1 drops in there for a strike from Hill. Quickly 0-2 as he searches for his first out of the ball game. Oh, 2 pitch, went outside, tried to get him to chase, could afford to waste a pitch there, and he does. And yesterday, too, was a rare case in which the offense struggled, and we really haven't said that about this team at all for the first 15 games, but that's been a question mark now after that Game 2 shutout. 1-2 dribbled foul. And now does one game kind of decide the direction in which your offense is going to go for the rest of the season? Absolutely not. But it was very uncharacteristic. And again, a part of that was, you got to give credit to Bison starter Logan Knight yesterday. Was incredible in his complete game shutout. Only gave up 3 hits. 1-2 right into the screen. We'll do it again. Credit Jared Urey as well yesterday in relief for the Golden Eagles. Went 1-2-3 in the 8th and 9th to kind of keep ORU within striking distance. And Easton Teal as well in game 1 went 5 2/3 in relief. ORU only used 5 total arms yesterday in the doubleheader. It started with Weston Rouse, who was the game 1 starter. Then Teal took us the rest of the way after Rouse was pulled after 3 1/3. Nathan Love went 4 2/3. Braden Sanford went an inning and 2/3, and Jared Urey went 2 1/3. 2-2, a dribbler over to third base, could be 2. Campbell steps on the bag, throws across the diamond, not in time, and it squeaks away from Brandt. Moving over to third, here comes Smith around third. The throw home on a hop, and they got him. Nice recovery from Matthew Brandt. Fires a strike home, and Maynard able to apply the tag, and ORU cuts down the run. They get 2 the long way, but they get 2 regardless, and that's the bottom line. So now there's a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Next up, third baseman number 5, Davis Hamilton.
So Becker reaches on a fielder's choice. Shafter's out at third, and Smith is out at home. That one lifted foul off the bat of Davis Hamilton. So kind of a messy scorebook here in the top of the first inning. Hill misses a little bit outside. It's a ball and a strike to Davis Hamilton, batting .315. She also mentioned this North Dakota State lineup today is littered with lefties. Throw back over to first, not in time. The first 5 in this order are all lefties to face the right-hander Jack Hill. And 6 of the 9 bat from the left side of the plate. Hill's 1-1. Ventures inside, 2 balls and a strike. The only 3 righties are Kyle Law, Alex Erlob, and Tommy Simon. And all 3 of those righties are littered throughout the bottom 4. Two 2-1 lifted off the end of the bat. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs, and Hill with a chance to get out of the inning with a 0 after letting the first 2 guys reach. Again, really nicely done. A nice recovery from Matthew Brandt after the throw slipped away from him from Campbell. But he was able to gun down the runner at home, and Maynard able to apply the tag and throw back over to first, not in time. 2-2, smacked foul. Becker bluffed the steal over there at first. Check swing, appeal over to second. He did not go around, says third base umpire Ethan McCraney. Jason Harstick is over at first this afternoon. Greg Stanzak behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3 over the inner half. Beautiful location from Jack Hill. And what started off as what could have been a disaster of an inning, Hill works right around it and puts up a 0. We go to the bottom of the first inning. North Dakota State nothing and ORU coming up. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.